everyone, welcome to University Academy YouTube channel. So we are doing network analysis and synthesis subject and आज के lecture में हम लोग देखेंगे which is DC circuit. Okay. So first topic is introduction of circuit parameters. Okay. So let us see what is circuit. So you know that circuit is always a closed path. Okay. So circuit is a closed path. You have also heard of a terminology that is network. So network जो है वो closed भी हो सकता है and open भी हो सकता है. Okay, so network can be closed or open. Like open network like star and delta, so these comes under the category of network because they are open network. Okay, so if we talk about the parameters, so different parameters are there like resistor, inductor and capacitor. So we will see one by one. Okay, so let us start with the resistor. So basically हम elements को categorize करते हैं depending on their VI relationship. So in the resistor, the voltage across the resistor or the element, it is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. That is, जो voltage है across the resistor, it will be directly proportional to the amount of current flowing through it. So अगर हम proportionality sign को remove करते हैं, so we are getting V is equal to I into R. Okay, so V is the voltage across the resistor, I is the current and R is the resistance. Okay, I is current and R is resistance. So this resistance is given by the formula R is equal to rho L by A. Okay, so where rho is the resistivity and इसकी unit होती है ohm meter. Okay, and L is the length. तो जो भी resistor है उसकी length होगी तो it will be in meter and A is a cross sectional area जिसकी unit है meter square. So by substituting all these units we are getting the resistance in ohm. Okay, so resistance की unit is ohm. Okay, so resistance जो है वो एक property है substance की. It means it is material dependent जिसकी वजह से ये अपोज करता है to the flow of current. It means electrons के जो flow है उसको अपोज जो करता है, that property is known as a resistance. Okay, now let us see the ohms. So Ohm's law definition is, it states that at constant temperature, so this is important, that temperature जो है वो constant होना चाहिए and the current density is directly proportional to the electric field intensity. So current density, it is denoted by J. Okay, so J is proportional to electric field intensity. So अगर हम proportionality sign को remove करते हैं, so we are getting sigma into E. Okay, so this is known as the point form or the microscopic form or the first form of Ohm's law. So this is known as first form of Ohm's law. Okay, so now what is current density? So current density is current per unit area. Okay, and conductivity is a reciprocal of resistivity and electric field is given by voltage per unit length. Okay, so यहाँ से अगर हम rearrange करते हैं, so we are getting voltage, it is equal to rho into L by A into I. Okay, after rearranging, so this is the nothing but the formula for the resistance. Okay, so it means we are getting V is equal to I into R. Okay, so this is another definition for the Ohm's law, that the potential difference across the end of a conductor is directly proportional to the amount of current flowing through it. Okay, so this is second form of Ohm's law. In Ohm's law, the physical conditions like temperature, it should remain the constant because जो resistance है वो temperature dependent होता है and it is given by the relation R2 is equal to R1 in bracket 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1. Okay, so by seeing this relation we know that resistance जो है वो temperature पर depend करता है. Okay, so where alpha is the temperature coefficient of resistance. Okay, so alpha is the temperature कोफिशिएंट ऑफ रेसिस्टेंस एंड ये जो है अल्फा ये मटेरियल डिपेंडेंट होता है. लाइक मटेरियल, इफ सपोज मेटल इज देयर, ओके, सो इन केस ऑफ मेटल अल्फा इज पॉजिटिव, so this indicate that metal is having PTC. PTC is positive temperature coefficient of resistance. It means अगर temperature increase होगा तो resistance की value will increase. Okay, so metal is comes under the category of PTC and that's why it has alpha value is positive. Okay, now another materials are like semiconductor or insulator. Okay, so in semiconductor material or insulator, अल्फा दैट इज टेम्परेचर कोफिशिएंट ऑफ रेसिस्टेंस इज नेगेटिव. नेगेटिव का मतलब क्या है कि अगर टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज होता है तो रेसिस्टेंस की वैल्यू विल डिक्रीज विद द इंक्रीज इन टेम्परेचर. ओके, नाउ लेट अस सी द power loss in resistor. Okay, so we know that power is given by voltage into current. Okay, V into I. Now according to Ohm's law we also know that V is equal to I into R from the Ohm's law. So if we substitute the value of V here, we are getting I square into R. And अगर हम I की वैल्यू सब्सटीट्यूट करते हैं which is V by R, so we are getting V square by R. Okay, so इसमें से हम कोई भी फॉर्मूला यूज कर सकते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन द डेटा गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन. ओके, टू कैलकुलेट द पावर लॉस इन द रेसिस्टर. Now let us see the energy dissipated in the resistor. So resistor is the only element जिसके across power dissipate होती है. Okay, and the amount of energy dissipated, it is given by integration of power with respect to time, that is from t1 interval to t2 interval. Okay, so resistor is the only element which dissipates power. And other elements like inductor or capacitor, they store the energy. Okay, now let us see the combinations of resistors in series. So अगर different resistors series में connected हैं, then what will be the value of R equivalent? Okay, so we know that series में जो current है it remains the same. Okay, so suppose I current अगर flow कर रहा है and if we connect a battery across all these resistor, okay, battery is V. सो जो वोल्टेज ड्रॉप होगा, सपोज रेसिस्टर R1 के अक्रॉस जो वोल्टेज ड्रॉप है इट इज़ गिवन बाय प्लस माइनस V1. R2 के अक्रॉस जो ड्रॉप हो रहा है इट इज़ सपोज V2. एंड सिमिलरली Rn रेसिस्टेंस के अक्रॉस जो ड्रॉप हो रहा है इट इज़ गिवन बाय Vn. ओके, सो जो टोटल वोल्टेज है इट विल बी इक्वल टू सम ऑफ वोल्टेज ड्रॉप अक्रॉस ऑल द रेसिस्टेंसेज. नाउ दिस V is equal to I into R equivalent. Okay, so what is V1? So V1 is a voltage drop across the resistance R1. So by the Ohm's law हम लिख सकते हैं V1 is equal to current I into R1, क्योंकि they are connected in series तो current same रहेगा. Similarly V2 will be equal to I into R2 plus so on up to I into Rn. So if we take I common, then we are getting R1 plus R2 plus so on up to Rn. So I and I will get cancel out. So यहाँ से हमें R equivalent we are getting R1 plus R2 plus so on up to Rn. It means if different resistors are connected in series, then the R equivalent will be the sum of all the resistances. Okay, सीरीज पर डायरेक्टली हमें रेसिस्टेंस की वैल्यू को ऐड करना है. Now let us see the combination of resistors in parallel. Okay, so we know that जब भी resistance parallel में connect होंगे, so they have the same voltage across them. Okay, so suppose the voltage is V and the total current is I. So as they are connected in parallel, current will divide. So R1 resistance में suppose जो current आ रहा है that is suppose I1, I2 resistance में जो current flow कर रहा है that is I2, and Rn resistance में जो current है suppose that is In. So जो total current है it will be equal to I1 plus I2 plus so on up to In. So what is I? It is given by V by R equivalent. It is equal to, so I1 current it will be equal to V by R1 because parallel में voltage same रहती है, and I2 will be equal to V by R2 plus so on up to V by Rn. So taking V common, so it will get cancelled out, so we are getting 1 by R equivalent, it will be equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus so on up to 1 by Rn. Okay, so this is the formula when the resistances are connected in parallel. Okay, so suppose अगर दो resistance है that is R1 and R2, for two resistances that is R1 and R2, R equivalent is simply given by the relation R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So remember this formula. So अगर दो resistance given है R1 R2 and directly हमें R equivalent calculate करना है, so we will in the numerator we will multiply both the resistances and in the denominator we will add the values of both the resistances. Okay, so this is one of the important relation. Okay, now let us solve a question. In the following circuit, the value of R equivalent is, okay, so this is a circuit and we have to find out the value of R equivalent across this terminal. So suppose this is terminal A and this is terminal B. Okay, so अब यहाँ पे क्या है, 4 ohm resistance connected. Suppose this is another terminal C. Okay, सो अगर ये सी टर्मिनल है, सो दिस विल ऑल्सो बी सी टर्मिनल, बिकॉज यहाँ पे कोई रेसिस्टेंस नहीं है तो कोई ड्रॉप नहीं होगा, सो इट विल बी अ सेम टर्मिनल. ओके, सो सी. नाउ suppose this is another terminal D. Okay, so now this 20 ohm and 5 ohm they are connected in series because same current flow karega. Okay, so they are connected in series, so overall it will be 25 ohm. Similarly this 10 ohm and 40 ohm they are connected in series, so it will be 50 ohm, and this 35 and 15 ohm these are also connected in series, so it will result 50 ohm. Okay, so let us combine them. Okay, so यहाँ पे है 4 ohm. Okay, so this is 4 ohm and 20 and 25 it will be 25 because they are connected in series, so this is 25 ohm. Okay, and this is 40 ohm and 10 ohm, these are connected in series, so it will be 50 ohm, and this is 35 plus 15, these are also connected in series, so it will be 50 ohm, and here we are having a 6 ohm resistance. Okay, so this is 6 ohm, this is terminal A, this is terminal B, this is C terminal, and this is D terminal. Okay, so now this 25 ohm resistance is connected between C terminal and D terminal. Similarly 50 ohm is also connected between C and D terminal, and this 50 ohm is also connected between terminal C and D. It means suppose this is C terminal and this is D terminal, so in between C and D we are having a 25 ohm resistance, 50 ohm resistance, and this is also another 50 ohm resistance is there. So now let us simplify this. So 50 ohm in parallel with 50 ohm it will give 25 ohm. Okay, so now this 25 ohm it is connected in parallel with 25, so resistance across the terminal CD it will be equal to 25 by 2, so it will be equal to 12.5 ohm. Okay, so it means here we are having terminal A which is 4 ohm resistance, this is terminal A, and here we are having terminal B, यहाँ पे connected है 6 ohm resistance, and in between C and D terminal we have calculated the resistance as 12.5 ohm resistance. So now R equivalent, now all these three resistances are connected in series, so R equivalent will be R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay, so it will be 22.5 ohm is the value of R equivalent, so option B is right answer. Okay, now let us see another question. Consider the circuit is given here. 12 volt battery is there and 4 resistance R1 R2 R3 and R4 they are connected in parallel. So if the power dissipated throughout the entire circuit is 40 watt, what is the value of R4? So we have to find out the value of R4, R1 R2 and R3 value is given. Okay, so as we know that power is dissipated only across the resistor R, so यहाँ पे 4 resistance है, तो जो total power dissipate हो रही है it will be given by the power dissipated across the resistance R1 plus power dissipated across the resistance R2 plus power dissipated across the resistance R3. Similarly the power dissipated across the resistance R4. So as they are connected in parallel, so the voltage will remain the same. Okay, so in the parallel the voltage is same, so we will use the power dissipation relation as power is equal to V square by R because voltage is given. Okay, so total power dissipated is 40 watt Okay, so this is 40 watt. And so what is P1? P1, it will be given by V square upon R1 plus P2 will be equal to V square upon R2 plus V square by R3. Voltage will remain same. Okay, so this will be V square by R4. So now let us simplify. R1 is 10 ohm, 15 and 20 ohm. Okay, so substitute the values. So this is 40, it will be equal to, so let us take voltage. 12 volt is given, so V square I have taken common, so this will be equal to 1 by R1. R1 value is 10 plus 1 by R2 value is 15 ohm plus 1 by R3 value is 20 ohm plus 1 by R4. So let us simplify. So 40 by 12 square, which is 144, so we are getting 0.277. It will be equal to 0.1 plus 0.066 plus 0.05 plus 1 by R4. So after simplification we are getting R4 as 16.39 ohm. Okay, so this is the answer. Now let us see the next element as the inductor. So in the inductor, the voltage across the inductor is directly proportional to the derivative of the current with respect to the time. It means the voltage across the inductor is directly proportional to the derivative of the current with respect to time. It means the voltage across the inductor, if we remove the proportionality sign, we are getting L di by dt. So this is the relation. Okay, so voltage across the inductor is given by L di by dt. Now the circuit element, it means the inductor, it store the energy in a magnetic field. Okay, so inductor जो है वो energy को store करता है in the form of magnetic field. So जो ideal inductor होगा उसमें जो power dissipation है that will be 0 watt. Okay, so now also we know that जो power है it is given by VI cos phi. I think आप लोगों ने ये पढ़ा होगा. Okay, नहीं पढ़ा होगा तो हम AC circuits में unit 2 में we will cover this. So power is given by VI cos phi, and in the inductor we know that current lags the voltage by 90 degree. Okay, so current lag the voltage by 90 degree. It means phi is the angle between V and I. So VI cos 90. So cos 90 is 0. It means power dissipation is 0 watt in case of pure or ideal inductor. Okay, but ideally inductors hote nahi, practically it will have some resistance, so some dissipation will be there. Okay, so now suppose this is आयरन कोर मटेरियल. ओके, एंड नाउ इसके ऊपर हमने वाइंडिंग्स करी है एंड एन नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स आर देयर सपोज. सो जो इंडक्टेंस है इट विल बी गिवन बाय फ्लक्स लिंकेज by current. Okay, so flux linkage is given by n into phi by I. Okay, so this is one important relation, that inductance is given by n phi by I, and n into phi is the flux linkage. Total कितना flux linkage हो रहा है. Another formula is there. Inductance L is given by n square mu naught mu of R A by L. Okay, so n is the total number of turns कितने हैं. Mu naught is absolute permittivity which is given by the value 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. Okay, and mu of R is the relative permeability. Relative permeability, this is material dependent. Okay, and A is the cross sectional area and L is the length. Okay, so this is also important relation. Now let us see the power in the inductance. So power is given by V into I. Okay, so the voltage across the inductor is given by L di by dt into I. Okay, so it will be L into I into di by dt. So this is the power in the inductance. Okay, so now inductor is designed to store the energy in the form of magnetic field. So कितनी energy inductor के अंदर store हो रही है, it is given by the relation half of L into I square. Okay, L is the inductance and I is the current flowing through the inductor, so it will give the amount of energy stored in the inductor. Okay, so now let us see the combinations of inductor in series. So suppose I have considered three inductors as L1, L2 and L3. They are connected in series. So अगर वो series में connected है, so current will be same, that is I current, and the voltage drop across L1 is V1, across L2 is V2 and across L3 is V3. So जो total L equivalent है it will be given by, that is sum of all the inductances, that L1 plus L2 plus L3. Okay, no coupling is considered in this case. Okay, when no coupling is there. So this formula is similar to when the resistors are connected in series. उसमें भी हम सारे resistance को add करते हैं when they are connected in series. Similarly inductors अगर series में connected हैं, so we will add all the inductances value. Okay, so now let us see the combinations of inductor in parallel. So जैसे resistors जब parallel में connect होते हैं तो जो formula हमने देखा था that is 1 by R equivalent था, यहाँ पे होगा L equivalent. It is given by the reciprocal of all the inductance, that is 1 by L1 plus 1 by L2 plus 1 by L3. Okay, so this is the formula for L equivalent. अगर दो inductance है then L equivalent it will be given by L1 L2 divided by sum of both the inductances. Okay, so it is for two inductance. Okay, only for two inductance L1 and L2. So now let us see a question. The current in a 50 millihenry inductor is given in the figure. The inductor voltage is. So we have to find out the waveform for the voltage across the inductor. Okay, so inductance value, that is L is 50 millihenry. It is given in the question. We have to find out the voltage across the inductor. So we know that the voltage across the inductor is given by the relation L di by dt. Okay, so जब भी हम differentiate करते हैं, it means we are finding the slope. Okay, so what is slope? That is given by dy by dx, that is change in the y-axis to the change in x-axis. Okay, so सबसे पहले हम क्या करेंगे, dy by dt की वेवफॉर्म ड्रॉ करते हैं. Okay, so this is time in the millisecond. Okay, and on the y-axis we are drawing dy by dt. Okay, so 0 से लेके 2 current is 0. Okay, the slope will be 0. Now 2 to 4 we are having a negative linear function. Okay, so it is decreasing, this linear function is decreasing, so it will have the negative slope. Okay, so slope is negative. I'm solving here. So because it is negative linear function, so slope will be negative, and dy value, that is change in y-axis. So y-axis में कितना change है, from 0 to it is going up to -100, so change is up of 100, and d of x is change in x-axis from 2 to 4 duration is there, so it means 2, so that is minus of 50. Okay, so from 2 to 4 we are having minus of 50. This is 2 and this duration is 4. Okay, now from 4 to 8 we are having a rising function. Okay, so from 4 to 8 we are having rising function. तो अगर rising function है तो इसका मतलब उसका slope क्या है, positive होगा. Okay, because rising है. Now change कितना है y axis पे, from -100 it is going up to 100, so that is 200 का change है, divided by change in x axis from 4 to 8 this change is there, so it means duration is 4, so this is plus 50. Okay, so from 4 to 8 the change is of plus 50. Okay, this is plus 50, this duration is 8 and this is 4. Okay, now from 8 it is decreasing function. Okay, negative slope will be there, so this is negative slope. change कितना है y axis पे, 100 से 0, it means 100, and 8 to 10, so duration में change आया 2, that is again minus 50. Okay, so minus 50 from 8 to 10 duration, and this is minus 50. Okay, now voltage across the inductor is given by L into di by dt. So now we have to multiply this amplitude with L value. So L is 50 millihenry, which is equal to 0.05. So this is 0.05. Okay, 0.05 henry. सो नाउ अब हम इसके एम्पलीट्यूड को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. सो 50 मल्टीप्लाइड विद 0.05, इट विल बी आई थिंक 2 point, हाँ या इट विल बी 2.5. ओके, सो ऑप्शन डी इज द राइट आंसर. ओके, so it will be like this. Okay, so amplitude is 2.52 minus 2.5. This is the final waveform of the voltage across the inductor. Okay, and this is time. Okay, so next element is capacitor. So in case of capacitor, the voltage is directly proportional to the integral of the current with respect to the time. It means the voltage across the capacitor is directly proportional to the integral of the current with respect to the time. So if we remove the proportionality sign, we are getting 1 by c integration of I of t dt. Okay, also we can write like this. After rearranging current across the capacitor, it is given by c dvc by dt. Okay, now the capacitor, they store the energy in the form of electric field. Okay, so we know that capacitor has two plates. One is having the positive charge plus q and another is having a negative charge minus q. So two plates are separated by a dielectric which is having a permittivity of epsilon, which is epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r. Okay, so epsilon naught is the absolute permittivity which is given by 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad per meter. Okay, fixed value. And epsilon r is a relative permeability which is material dependent. Okay, so now if we have to calculate the capacitance, it is given by c is equal to a epsilon by d. Okay, so a is the overlapping area of the both plates and epsilon is the permittivity which is given by epsilon naught into epsilon r, and d is the distance between the two plates which is in meter. Okay, also another relation is there, charge is given by capacitance into voltage. So these two relations are important. Okay, c is equal to a epsilon by d and q is equal to c into v. Now if we see the power in capacitance, so power is given by v into I. Okay, so v, the current across the capacitance is given by c dvc by dt. Okay, so this is given by c into v into dvc, that is voltage across the capacitor with respect to time. So capacitance also designed to store the energy. So the power dissipated in case of ideal capacitor, it will be equal to 0 watt, because we know that power is given by vi cos phi. So now in case of capacitor, the current, it will lead the voltage by 90 degree. Okay, so phi is 90 degrees, so cos 90 is again 0. Okay, so power dissipated in case of ideal capacitor, it will be 0 watt. So it means capacitor, they are designed to store the energy in the form of electric field. Okay, so they store the energy. अब कितनी एनर्जी वो स्टोर करेंगे, दैट इज गिवन बाय द रिलेशन हाफ ऑफ सी इंटू वी स्क्वायर. ओके, so this is the relation. This is in joule, energy is in joule and power is in watt. Okay, now the combinations of capacitor in series. इसमें क्या है, कैपेसिटर में थोड़ा रिलेशन अपोजिट है. लाइक रेजिस्टर में अगर सीरीज में कनेक्टेड थे तो हम डायरेक्टली उसको ऐड करते थे. कैपेसिटर में जो फॉर्मूला लगेगा वो रेसिस्टेंस का जो फॉर्मूला लगा था पैरेलल में, वो वाला सेम पैटर्न फॉलो होगा. सो यहाँ पे अगर हमें 1 बाय सी इक्विवेलेंट कैलकुलेट करना है, सो इट विल बी गिवन बाय द रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ ऑल द कैपेसिटेंसेस, दैट इज 1 बाय C1 प्लस 1 बाय C2 प्लस सो ऑन अप टू 1 बाय Cn. सो अगर दो कैपेसिटर्स हैं एंड दे आर कनेक्टेड इन सीरीज, suppose this is C1 and this is C2, only two capacitances are there, and now we have to calculate the C equivalent. So it will be given by C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. Okay, now if the capacitors are connected in parallel, so directly we will add all the capacitance value to find the C equivalent. Okay, now for the circuit shown in the figure, the value of C equivalent is, so we have to find out the value of C equivalent. Suppose this is terminal A and this is terminal B. Okay, so अगर ये B terminal है, so this will also be B terminal because there is no drop. Okay, so this is also B terminal. Now this will be some other terminal, like suppose C. Okay, so now this 2 microfarad capacitor, it is connected between terminal B and C. Similarly, this 1 microfarad capacitor, it is connected between terminal B and C. It means 2 microfarad and 1 microfarad, these two are connected in parallel, and in parallel we add both the capacitances. So it will be, here we are having 1.5 microfarad capacitance. Okay, so now these two are connected in parallel. So in parallel we add the capacitance value. So 2 plus 1, it will be equal to 3 microfarad, and this is 1.5 microfarad. Okay, so this is terminal A and this is terminal B. Now here we are having another capacitance which is 2.5 microfarad. Okay, 2.5 microfarad. So now these two are connected in series. So in the series C equivalent, it will be given by C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. So it will be equal to 1.5 microfarad into 3 divided by sum of both, so it will be equal to 4.5 microfarad. So it will be equal to 1 microfarad. It means we are getting a 2.5 microfarad capacitance. It is connected in parallel with 1 microfarad, and this is terminal A and this is terminal B, and from here we have to calculate C equivalent. So now these two are connected in parallel, so it will be equal to 1 microfarad plus 2.5 microfarad, so it will be equal to 3.5 microfarad. Okay, so option A is the correct. Now last question is, the voltage across a 100 microfarad capacitor is shown in the figure. So voltage across the capacitor is given, we have to find out the waveform for the current in the capacitor. Okay, so C value is 100 microfarad. We have to find out the current waveform. So we know that the current across the capacitor is given by C dVc by dt. That is, we have to find out the slope of the voltage waveform. Okay, so we have to find out slope. So now from 0 to 1 we are having a rising function. Okay, so rising function का जो slope होगा it will be positive. Okay, so y axis पे कितना change है, 0 to 6, it means 6 का change है, this is in volt. Okay, and on the x axis change जो है वो 0 to 1, that is 1 milliseconds का है. थोड़ा units का भी हमें ध्यान रखना होगा. So change is 1 millisecond, so it means it will be equal to 6 kilovolt per second. Okay, so now if we plot this waveform, we are getting, this is dv by dt. Okay, so from 0 to 1 we are getting a constant slope which is 6 kilovolt. Okay, I'm writing 6k. Now from 1 to 2 it is constant. Okay, or parallel to x-axis, so its slope will be 0 because it is parallel to x-axis, so it will be 0. Now after 2 to 3 we are having a decreasing function. Okay, so its slope will be negative. Change in the y-axis is 6 and change in the x-axis is 2 to 3, means 1 milliseconds का change आया x-axis पे, so it will be equal to minus 6k. Okay, so it will be minus of 6k, this is time in the milliseconds. Okay, now we have to multiply this dv by dt by the capacitance value. So 6k, that is 6 into 10 की power 3 into capacitance value is 100 into 10 की power minus 6. So we have to find the answer in the milliseconds, so it will be equal to 600 milliampere. Okay, so it is matching with the option D. Okay, so आज के लिए इतना ही, बाकी हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में कवर करेंगे. थैंक यू.